What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with the Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the July love readings for my Pisceans out there. If you're new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. This reading will be good for about the next 30 days. And what we're going to take a look at here in today's reading, we're going to take a look at your biggest hurdles, obstacles, and challenges in regards to love. We're going to take a look at the advice, what you need to do to overcome these challenges. So that'll be the most important part of the reading. And then the outcome, what you can expect if you listen to the advice. Okay. So let's just jump in and see what comes out for you. What are the hurdles, obstacles, and challenges my Pisceans are facing in love right now? I'll be using a combination of cards today. So first card out is we have travel. So travel can be literal, but it can also be metaphorical in terms of all forms of movement, spiritually or physically, literal or metaphorical forms of travel. And I'll clarify everything with tarot, but we'll take a look here at the advice here. And once we get all the main energies on the table, it'll help me see kind of how everything ties together. But as I was saying, I'll be using a combination of this deck that I'm using right now, which is a custom deck that I had made for myself. So we have family here as the advice. And then what is the outcome? Okay. And we have the unknown card and the outcome. Interesting. All right. And then at the bottom of the deck, at the split, we have loss. And at the bottom, we have success here. All right. So I'm going to just set these two down here for just a moment. Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's a lot going on here for you guys. So I'm going to clarify the travel energy, but basically, the hurdle, obstacle, and struggle here has something to do with either a literal location. So where you're located and where maybe the person or that you're interested in, or or the types of people you're interested in. If it's whether you're single or not, doesn't matter. There's either some type of distance or a geographical challenge if it's literal. Now, metaphorically, the challenge may be actually having any type of movement in the relationship at all. Like the relationship may be stuck, it may not be moving forward, or, you're not meeting people. If you're single, you're not meeting people that are in alignment with your life, your plans, where you want to live, how, the way you see your life moving forward, all of those types of things. We're going to have to I'll have to clarify this obviously to find out. So actually, I'm going to put these down here just for a moment. All right. So why is travel here for the hurdle, obstacle, and challenge? Okay. Ace of Cups. Yeah. So this is about love in general. So this may be, again, there's a challenge here regarding either finding new love or moving forward in an existing relationship in terms of keeping the relationship alive, basically. And for some of you, again, in the literal sense, geography may be creating a challenge. Like you and this person, you like each other, you have a lot of feelings and emotions for each other, but you're finding it difficult to maintain the relationship with distance, because maybe, like, I'll give you an example. If you're seeing somebody or dating someone who has children and they live, 1,000 miles away, and you have children, it could be difficult because you're not able to see each other very often, because it requires either a really long drive or it requires one of you or both of you to maybe fly, right? Which isn't cheap to do, and it may not be easy to do when you have kids either. So I'm just giving you guys, the different angles of what this could mean. Why is travel here? Give me one more, please. Okay, you wanted to give me two. All right, so, and then we got the split down here as well. So let me take a look. So these came out in reverse. So we have the Chariot, which is travel energy. So again, it's confirming everything that I said. The Chariot in reverse is delays, obstacles, travel, canceled plans, or just difficulty moving forward, difficulty overcoming, obstacles in some way, shape, or form. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is also a travel card. So everything that I just said. So there's some type of difficulty either in literal geographical challenges, or there's metaphorical difficulties moving forward. Because maybe you guys, the Three of Wands in reverse. I'm not going to keep all these on. Well, I guess I will. It doesn't matter now. They're already out. They're already out. The Three of Wands is about expansion. It's about progress. It's about seeing a future and moving towards the future. It's about putting your plans into action. And really, it's just about progress forward, right? And so on a metaphorical level, there could be a lot of difficulties seeing eye to eye here, because the Chariot in reverse, we have those two creatures, the two sphinxes that pull the Chariot. One's black, one's white, which indicates a duality, right? That the white one wants to go one direction because they see that's the correct direction to go in. The black one wants to go in an opposite direction. So you're seeing opposing forces that want to go in two different directions, which means you're not seeing eye to eye, right? And so that's what that's implying when the Chariot's in reverse. You're not able, you can't move forward with this person because you guys don't share the same vision for the future together. You don't see the life the same way. You're not in alignment in the ways that you need to be in alignment here. At the bottom of the deck, at the split, we have the Ten of Swords. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, which indicates there's been a lot of challenges here. And basically, there's been something, either whatever those challenges have been, they've been insurmountable. And so this relationship has really hit a bottom here. And it may be over because we have the Lost card here, right? And so the advice with the Family card over here, we'll have to see what that is. So there could have been family involved, or it could basically be saying like, hey, you need to focus on, maybe you need to focus on family. Maybe they need to focus on their family, whatever that is. But let's take a look here. Why is the Family card here for the advice? Or maybe you're not supposed to build a family with this person. Maybe there's somebody else that you're supposed to meet and build a family with. And maybe you thought it was going to be this person and it's not that person. Maybe this person has they came into your life to serve a purpose and you were meant to learn a lesson there. And that lesson's over and it's time to move on to move on with your life, and you'll meet the person that you're meant to be with to have that family. Now, this can also be about, relying upon, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this could also be if you're close to your family. It's also like, hey, just spend time with your family. Let the people that maybe you consider family, even if it's not literal blood family, it could be like friends that you consider family, to surround you while you're going through this difficult time. That's a possibility as well. Now here we got your own energy out here, and we have strength, which is Leo energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So what this is basically saying is, besides everything that I just said about surrounding yourself with supportive energy, this is basically saying it's the advice here is for you to tap back into your strength here, and to really trust the divine, and to trust yourself in how these things are unfolding here, because when one chapter ends, a new chapter begins here, right? And so underneath the Eight of Wands, you have the Hierophant, which again is a commitment, which is marriage. There's something, but it's a higher level of commitment. We also have the High Priestess. So these two are like the spiritual husbands and wives. So you have the Emperor and the Empress, which are more like the material or tangible archetypes for, the husband and wife, or the mother and the father, right? Whereas the Hierophant and the High Priestess are more of like the spiritual archetypes of the spiritual mother, the spiritual father, or the spiritual husband, the spiritual wife, right? And so there is a deeper connection, a deeper level of commitment that's out ahead of you. But right now, you need to regain your strength, regain your power with the strength card here. And you need to have courage, basically. In other words, you need to trust yourself and have courage that even though this situation is not working out, or did not work out, or it's ended, despite all that you hoped it would be, you have to trust that you're being guided in the right direction with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about seizing opportunities and things happening for your benefit in a very quick manner here, right? And so, but here, this whole, again, this is the most important part of the reading, the advice section. This whole section here has a lot of metaphor to it, right? These are, metaphorical, more spiritual energies attached to the card, not so much the literal, tangible meanings. So the Eight of Wands in this aspect here is really talking about spiritual movement, alignment, moving forward spiritually. Like you're actually being guided in the direction you need to go. The wands are indicating, hey, we're taking you on this path. We're taking you to where you want to go. In other words, your spiritual GPS, which is essentially the High Priestess, your intuition, knows where to go. Your higher self, your spiritual intuitive self, the deepest part of you that's connected to the highest part of you, knows exactly where you need to go. And that's where you're being led. You just don't know it right now, right? But it requires courage and strength because there's so much uncertainty, which is in the outcome. We have the unknown card, in the outcome. Here's the pages. Nothing's been written on the pages of this book yet. It hasn't unfolded. You can't see, which implies that you want certainty. You want to know. I mean, that's one of the greatest challenges of all humans. We all want certainty. We need to know. We need to know. We need to know. We hate not knowing when it comes to certain things. But life rarely gives us that much certainty because we're constantly creating it. We're constantly writing the next chapter. We just don't realize it because most of us are so focused on the past that we get super scared when we think about the future because, the past is known. The past is certain. We've experienced it. We know what the past is. That's why we cling to it so much. And even if the future is far better, like if we could all just know the best potential for our future, most of us would have no problem letting go of the past. But that's not how we're wired as humans. Because we can't see what's ahead of us in the future, we have such a great deal of trouble letting go of the past, right? And so that's why strength is here. It's about having courage to trust that that your guidance system, the high priestess, and this 8 of Wands, which is the car, right? Here's the GPS. Here's the car. The GPS is in the car taking you towards what? Towards the true commitment that you were meant for. So what's in the outcome? So the outcome is like, well, it seems uncertain. It seems unknown. And you're having to learn to trust. The lesson here is trust. It's about courage, and the definition of courage is doing it scared. It's not the absence of fear. It's doing something even though you are scared. That's what true courage is. It takes courage to trust that your internal guidance system knows where it's taking you, even though you can't see it with your physical eyes, right? That's what the definition of faith is. Having faith. I have no idea, but I'm going to trust it anyways. Why is the unknown energy here? Three of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah. So the outcome here is basically, I'm actually going to pull one more. So the Three of Swords is basically just indicating, it's telling me now you could have been dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but you could have been with the King of Swords. And that's at the split, and then we still have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Give me one more card, please, for the unknown. And there's the Empress. And this is you. You're showing up in your reading now. I know that you're traditionally the Empress is tied to Taurus and Libra, astrologically, but in this reading, this is you. Yeah, I can't make this up because at the bottom of the deck, there you are, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So here you are at the bottom of the deck, and you're tied over here to the Empress. Now, I will say that this also could have dual meanings, which is it's possible for a very small group of you, it's possible that you were seeing somebody who may have had a side relationship with a Taurus or Libra. So you could have been betrayed. Like the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, that's classic for a betrayal, being backstabbed, being cheated on. Okay, but that's not going to be that's very specific. So don't make it fit if that's not your story. But it's possible that that King of Swords could have been, could have had you in a third party situation with a Taurus or Libra. It's possible. For the rest of you, the Empress is you. Is here at being the Queen of Cups. And then beneath that, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm going to go one more. And then we have the King of Pentacles beneath that. So basically, with the unknown energy here in the future is and this is the outcome. So what this is saying here with the advice is, and I know you guys aren't going to like the answer, but I have to tell you the truth. Basically, you guys are going through a lesson. And Spirit is saying, I'm not going to tell them what the outcome is, because if I tell them what the outcome is, which is why out of all the cards, and there's like 81 or 82 cards in this deck here that I created for myself. There's a lot of cards. Out of all the cards that came out, in the outcome position, the unknown card came out. And so it's clear that, God, source, the universe, spirit, your higher self, whatever you believe in, doesn't want you to know. It wants you to trust, because this is part of your lesson right now. Part of your lesson is learning to have courage to face challenging and difficult circumstances when they don't go your way, and learning to trust your gift, because of all the water signs, if not maybe the entire zodiac, you guys, Pisces, are potentially the most spiritual. Like you're meant to, from my understanding of the zodiac and the different signs, you guys, because you're represented by the high priestess, that's you. You are the psychic of the zodiac. And so what the universe wants you to do is for you to have courage to learn how to trust in the gift that you have, in order for you to get connected to your spiritual gift, for you to get in touch with that psychic part of you, to learn how to trust and understand things through a spiritual lens, learning to, to decipher all that happens in your life through a spiritual lens, right? Where you literally become the high priestess archetype, where you realize what the spiritual lesson is in all things. You see it, you sense it, and you learn to trust that spiritual part of you, even when it's unknown, even when it's fearful, even when you have to have courage and go, man, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know, exactly how this is going to turn out. I don't exactly know what's next for me, but I trust my internal guidance system to lead me in the direction I need to go. And as I take courage, as I walk in faith, not knowing what the next step is supposed to be, my spiritual guidance system will reveal the synchronicities, the clues, and the things I need to know, so that I know that I'm on the right path. And I will feel it, because you're a water sign. You're in touch with your feelings. And so right now, it's saying, the clarifying cards, the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Empress, is saying, so these two cards are saying, hey, what's done is done. The Ten of Swords, the heartache, these things are a reality. You can't change the Ten of Swords. What's done is done. This thing is dead. You stick 10 swords in this is like roadkill, basically. The possum got hit by a car, unfortunately, and then it got hit by the next however many cars on the highway. It's just a big splattery mess on the road. That possum is dead. It's gone. It's not coming back ever, right? That's what the Ten of Swords is. What's dead is dead. What's done is done. What's gone is gone. You can't revive this. Yes, it hurts. The Three of Swords. There was pain. Whatever happened in this relationship, there was pain. There was pain. There was betrayal. There was loss. It hurts. It sucks. However, you're also the Empress. And the Empress is also about giving birth to something new. The Empress is about knowing her worth. The Empress is about stepping back into her power, right? And so what this is saying is that what you can't see and what you're going to give birth to as a result of going through this is something wonderful. You're stepping into your power. You're being shown your power, whether you realize it or not. And nothing else will be made known until that happens. So this whole month for you is really a test. And there's one of my favorite quotes of all times is, the treasure you seek is in the cave you fear to enter. Well, the treasure is this new version of you. The cave that's scary is the unknown, right? And so here you are. Here you are, the Queen of Cups, and here you are, the Queen of Cups here next to the lion. Now, if you had a pet lion that was trained and you had to go into a dark cave, would it be as scary going into that cave with your pet lion that was trained to attack things and stand at your side? Would it be as scary to do that as it would to go in alone? Of course not. It'd be a lot easier for you to go inside of a cave, a dark cave, with a lion, a huge monster lion that was trained to protect you, than it would be for you to go in by yourself, right? Of course it would. That lion is you. You have to step into your power and have the courage to go, man, this is scary. It sucks. It hurts. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do with this. But I'm going to step into my power and I'm going to go into this cave, because within it, there's a new you. There's a treasure. There's a power. The Empress awaits you, right? It's like the what it reminds me, I'll say this in closing, what it reminds me of is the very old school original Superman movie with Christopher Reeves. So Superman 1, because there were three films that had Christopher Reeves in it. So in the very first film, Christopher Reeves, he grows up on a farm, and he has all these unique, crazy powers. And so one day, so I think, I forget what happens, but he either has a crystal, right? Or he's given a crystal, or he finds a crystal, whatever. He gets the crystal and he goes on this long journey because the crystal is calling him to go out to the Crystal Palace, which is like out in Antarctica or somewhere where there's a bunch of ice. And so he goes on this long journey with the crystal. And when he gets to the palace, with the crystal, he finds the place to where he could put the crystal, and it activates basically this record where it's a recording from his father. And his father basically tells him, hey, you came from this planet, this is what happened to us, this is who you are, and you have all these powers and these abilities. And so there's a lot of uncertainty. He thought he was just Clark Kent with all these weird random superpowers, but he wasn't. He found out he was really Kal-El, and he came from a planet called Krypton, and he had all these abilities. And so he had to go travel to the Ice Palace. This is you going to the Ice Palace to figure out who you are. You're going in as Clark Kent, so to speak. You're coming out as Superman or Superwoman, okay? But you have to go on the journey. You have to embrace the fear. You have to have faith, and you have to do it courageously. And that's what this month is about for you. And on the other side of that, love will find you. What you desire will be on the other side of that. But you can't skip steps. Nobody gets to skip steps in the hero's journey. So if you found this reading useful, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. Stay tuned for more readings. And as always, my friends, love and light.